Hey, Brocton Central High School seniors, it's Mr. Flood again. Uh, I was at your school back in November and sent you a video after I was there and another video about a month ago. I know a lot of you are thinking like, Mr. Flood, we remember you, but we didn't see either of these videos. Well, I hope at least you saw the first one that I sent a month after I was there to say thank you for the way that you treated me. And then I sent a video to the school about a month ago, just trying to, encourage all of you guys and let you know that I was thinking of you. Kids in upstate New York are so important to me because, New York is where I live, even though I'm downstate, several hundred miles away from all of you. But if you didn't see the video that I sent last month, that's okay. I mentioned, I hope I did, I mentioned the seniors, and I really am sending this one specifically to you, to all of you guys and girls as seniors. Mrs. Antonina reached out to me after I sent her an email, and she said I was offering to send a video specifically for the seniors, and she said, yeah, David, that would be great. My seniors are sad right now and disappointed and upset, and I totally understand that. I really, really do. I've been hearing different stories at different schools around the, around the country, and especially around New York State. There was an article this morning in my local paper where there's a school bigger than Brockton. There's probably maybe 300 or 400 kids in the graduating class, and they're having 5 separate drive-through ceremonies for their senior class. So it's going to be, I guess 75, 80 cars at a time driving through, and it's just weird and strange what's going on right now. And I along with you, I grieve the loss of if you guys and girls didn't have a prom, if you did not are not having an in-person graduation ceremony. I grieve that with you. I'm sorry about that. Please know that the staff there and the parents and everybody there is doing the thing that's safe, is trying to do the thing that's safe for you. I think about a lot about all the seniors that I've met across the country this past year, and I have a very close friend who is a high school principal here on Long Island where I live, and we walk a couple of times a week, and he goes back and forth. One day he tells me how much his kids are struggling, his students, and the next day he tells me how much his teachers are struggling. But every now and then, everybody's doing okay. But he was telling me that, I asked him, I said, John, what is the status of, graduation, at the school? And I said, are you taking feedback and ideas from your kids, from the seniors? And he said, absolutely, I am. And their exact words to me in unison were, I think he's got 300 in his graduation class. He said that they said to him, we don't care about prom. We don't care about graduation. We just want to get together one more time and be around our friends. And, I was touched by that, moved by that. And I would imagine after Mrs. Antolina reaching out to me and telling me that you guys were sad, I'm going to guess that's probably all you want. And again, they will do everything that they can to make that happen for you. Hopefully, if it's not in the next month, maybe over the summer, I don't know what it will look like. But I also wanted you to think about a couple of things. And one is, I just finished reading, let me step away for a second because I want to get this book that I've been recommending to teachers and staff. There's a book called Permission to Feel, and it's about emotional intelligence. And one of the things that I read in this book is very, very interesting. And I want to kind of tie it into the sadness that you might be feeling now. It's that naming something helps you overcome it. So especially a fear, and I know it's true for sadness, if you can name the emotion, if you can name the fear, it helps you to overcome it. And I'm going to tell you a weird story about how that really struck me was that, and a lot of people have a fear of spiders. People have to be afraid of spiders. So what they did was, with 2 different control groups, they put, and these were, I think they were college kids, they would put them in a room with spiders, and they would have one group say, I'm afraid of the spider. Boy, that spider is really scary. And name the fear and talk about it. And those people, and then the other group was not allowed to say anything. They just had to stay in the room. The group that talked about, I find this stuff fascinating. The group that talked about it and named it were able to get right next to, very, very close to the spider. And the other group was basically, debilitated and could not move because of their severe fear of spiders. Why do I tell you that weird story, Mr. Flood? You're supposed to be talking to us about graduation. Because if you can name your sadness and say that you're sad, by doing that, you don't let yourself slip into a place of depression, of anger, because sadness can go to anger really quick, like angry, why is this happening? And then you get angry and you lash out at people. So you don't want that to happen. So you want to be able to name your sadness, admit that you're sad, talk about it, tell someone about it, share it with others. You don't want to have a pity party and get together and say, oh, poor us, we didn't have a graduation. But I definitely will not be the person to say to you, you should be grateful, your family's alive, you're not sick. And in downstate New York, it is brutal. A lot of people have died. Two other people that I knew, secondhand passed away. And my wife spent a week in the hospital with this disease. And my wife works in a hospital. I didn't share a lot about her when I was there with you guys. I don't know if I said this a month ago. I don't think I did in the video I sent to you, but my wife spent a week in the hospital with COVID, and brutal. I thought she was going to die. It was brutal. So I'm not going to be the guy to be, you should be grateful for what you have. You should be, yes. I'm sure everybody's telling you that. What I'm telling you to do is name the sadness that you're sad, and talk about this with people. And ask, instead of asking, and I just wrote a nice little blog about this on my Facebook page, instead of asking why is this happening, why me, why us, why now, instead of asking why, ask what. Because why questions are, for, people who are a lot smarter than me to answer. But so why questions can be difficult for us to comprehend. But if you ask what can I do? What can I get out of this? What can I change about myself? What can I do to help someone? What can I do to make my friends feel better? What can we do about this? So asking what is so much better than asking why. I hope that makes sense to you. And the last thing I want to say to you is that this is something that you may be, and I can almost guarantee you'll be able to use at some point in your life. I guarantee you will. I know you will. All of the things that happen to you, for you, some people say things happen to us. Some people believe that things happen for us, right? How do you look at the world? Ask what instead of why. So this will be something that you can use in the future when you're struggling with something. Say, I can go through this. My graduation got canceled, right? Or, or someday when you have children, if, those of you who choose to have children someday might say to them, you know what? We didn't have a graduation when I was growing up. We had a drive-through graduation. We had to postpone our ceremony for 3 months, and it was weird. Or I lost track of my friends because I wasn't able to reconnect with them. But I know that this will be, there's something good comes out of everything. I don't want to talk about silver linings, but something good, you can use this. I promise you can. Everything that's happened to me in my life, that's when it has enabled me to be such a good speaker. I consider myself a pretty good speaker. Some people might say I'm not. Some people might say I'm better than pretty good. But I find myself somewhere in the middle. But all of the things in my life have contributed to who I am. And this is just one more thing in your life that's going to contribute to who you are. I am thinking about you, Brocton seniors. I really, really am. And just know, I sent a video a month ago. And the fact that Mrs. Antolina is saying to you guys and girls, asking me for a video for you, really means that she cares about you, and the staff cares about you there, and the parents care about you there, and the other kids in the middle and the the junior, the middle and the lower grade kids, the freshmen, the sophomores, and the juniors care about you. They want you to have something. I know they do. So accept that, Ask what instead of why. Name your fear, name your sadness, name your emotion, because that helps you move through things. And once you've moved through things, then you can help somebody else. I'm thinking about you, Brocton Central seniors 2020. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. If there's anything I can ever do for any of you, please reach out to me through Mrs. Antolina or somebody else at the school, or, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think those are the ones I use. Yeah. Okay. Have a good day, guys. I'm thinking about you. Have a good end to the year.